This video graphic updates the progress of employers in restructuring their wage system to be more flexible and performance-based. Data on wage flexibility pertain to private sector establishments, each employing at least 25 workers. The tripartite partners representing the employers, workers, and government in Singapore work closely to promote the implementation of flexible wage systems to ensure competitiveness as well as enhance income and employability for workers. Specifically, firms are encouraged to implement the following key wage recommendations. Firstly, to implement variable bonus that is linked to key performance indicators or KPIs. Secondly, to introduce a monthly variable component or MVC in the wage structure. Lastly, to narrow the maximum minimum salary ratio for the majority of employees to an average of 1.5 or less. A large majority, or 87% of employees in the private sector in 2012 were under some form of wage flexibility, defined as having at least one of the three key recommendations. This was comparable to the 86% in 2011 and notably higher than the 76% in June 2004. Overall, nearly all, or 98%, of private sector employees were employed in establishments that had at least one wage recommendation or were satisfied with their wage flexibility, even though the establishments did not implement any key wage recommendation. Having a narrow maximum minimum salary ratio was the most common wage recommendation adopted, involving 65% of the private sector workforce, up from 63% in December 2011 and 52% in June 2004. This was followed by linking variable bonus to KPI at 49%, a decline from 52% a year ago but still higher than 42% in June 2004. The proportion of private sector employees which had a monthly variable component or MVC in their wage structure was broadly stable, covering 1 in 3 employees. The maximum minimum salary ratio has generally trended downwards. On average, establishments had a maximum minimum salary ratio of 1.50 for their rank and file workers and 1.63 for their junior management in 2012, down from 1.59 and 1.68 respectively in 2004. Establishments with MVC on average set aside 9.9% of monthly basic wages as MVC in 2012, comparable to 10% in 2011 and substantially higher than the 2.6% in 2000 when the data was first collected. In summary, a large majority of employees in the private sector were under some form of flexible wage system in 2012, following the general uptrend in the implementation of flexible wage measures recommended by the tripartite partners in 2004. Having a narrow maximum minimum salary ratio was the most common flexible wage recommendation adopted, followed by linking variable bonus to KPI and the MVC. With that, we have come to the end of the video graphic. For more information, please refer to the Report on Wage Practices 2012 available at the following web address.